What's good, Commanders family? I'm Brian Colbert Jr. here with another series of Raising Hell with the Rookies. We started this last year with Jaylin Daniels and company, and now we are bringing it back. And I'm very excited to introduce my guest right now, wide receiver, Jaylin Lane out of Virginia Tech. My brother, first things first, congratulations on getting here, man.
I appreciate you, man. You know, it's a blessing to be here. Great organization, great people, man. There's no place I'd rather be.
Yeah, man. So you got your first days around the building, first days at the new job, man. How's it been so far? How's acclimating been?
Man, it's been amazing. You know, the staff and everybody just accompanying the team and stuff. Just been very welcoming. You know, I met some vets, very welcoming. You know, dapping me up. You know, let me know. You know, happy you here, stuff like that. So it's just been a cool process, and yeah, definitely a place to be.
Now, you're from South Carolina, but however, you played at Virginia Tech. That's not too far away. While you were playing at Virginia Tech, did you ever sit and look across the street and be like, I could be a Commander one day?
Hey, man, you can always just think that, HTTC, but it's the Commanders' blood and Washington fans runs deep over there in Blacksburg, Virginia, so I know a lot of Tech fans are happy I'm here.
Yeah, man, I know we're all happy you are here, man. So I want to go back to that moment because that's the moment you've dreamt of your whole life. Your entire life led to that phone call. Take us back to that phone call when AP and DQ called you and let you know that you were going to be in Burgundy and Gold.
Man, I got my phone on the ringer. I'm sitting there just chopping up with my family. My fiance sitting beside me, and then my phone started ringing. Whole room goes silent. My heart dropping. My whole it's beating, and then I answer the phone. I told everybody keep it quiet. So if y'all want to listen, y'all got to be quiet. Right. So they was quiet, and AP was talking, and he was like, your BMF, we're gonna make you a Commander. Family went crazy. I didn't hear a word else that was said on the call, but I'm glad they videoed it so I could hear exactly what they were saying. I was just saying thank you the whole time. But it's an amazing feeling, man. It's a blessing.
When you got off that call, who's the first person you went to hug?
Man, it's funny. There's a video. My aunt, my uncle's wife, Tanja, she came up, pushed my mom out the way, hugged me, and then my mama, then she pushed my mama to me, pops. Yeah, it was just a lot of hugs, a lot of happiness. It was a cool moment.
I love asking that question because it seems like in those moments, one, y'all are like blacked out, right? Like, y'all don't know what's going on, but then all the family members, they just lose themselves at that point, man. So that's really cool, man. Your aunt, man, have you talked to her about that?
Oh,
what was you doing?
It's funny because we had like a little cookout like a couple of days after, and we got on to her about it. It was so funny. We all got a good laugh out of it.
Yes, sir, man.
It was cool.
And it seems like everybody is so happy to have you. There's been so many positive things when it comes to, a lot of times with prospects, they say a lot of different things. And yours has been so positive. But the thing that stood out to me the most was people were giving you an A+ in your character. They said, this guy has great character. That's not something easy to get as a young man, as a college player. You haven't even played a game in the NFL. I know that has to come from somewhere. That foundation of great character, where does that come from you? Because, again, you're a star athlete. You don't got to be a great guy, but you choose to be, man. Where's that come from?
I think it starts with my foundation in God and Christ. And, I grew up, my family did a good job of, keeping us just around positive things. Big props to my pops and my mom for, one, sticking together, showing me, what a family and, like, a good, healthy relationship is supposed to look like. And, I just, in my opinion, I got no excuse not to be a good guy just because all the great examples around me.
Are those the people that motivate you even through this point? Because, yes, this is a big milestone for you, but there's still a ton of work to be done. What is the things that motivate you and that's going to keep you going and help you find a spot on this roster?
Yeah, it's definitely my family. They've been just supporting. I can count on one hand how many games they've missed my whole career.
Wow.
So, just the love and support. And, I got a fiance. I want to have I want to grow a family, I want to lead a family one day, and I want to be a provider. So it's a lot of things that motivate me and, give me my why and push me every day.
And that is a beautiful thing, man. And, of course, they talked about your mentality, but it also was that game on the field, man. I think you really blew people away with your return ability. Adam Peters said it. He said he's the best return man on our board. But again, you're also a star receiver. You don't necessarily have to return kicks, but you like doing that. You excel in it. Where does that come from? Where does that drive come from when you say, you know what, I want to return kicks on top of being the number one guy?
I want to, help the team in, any facet possible.
Yeah.
They always talk about on special teams, you got to have your 11 best on the field. And if I know I can be the best returner, best gunner, best whatever, I'm going to be on the field and help the team win. So, whatever my role is, I'm going to, take it on the chin and, put it my 100% in it.
What feels better, returning a kick for a touchdown or catching a touchdown?
It just depends on the type of catch. If it's a little quick slant or something.
Yeah, where you get to burn a little bit.
Yeah, like quick slant, 80 yards to the house. I might take that. But if it's I love punt return touchdown. It's just the adrenaline, the momentum swings. I might have to take punt return. I don't know.
But that ability to be able to take a slant and house it is what makes Commander fans so excited for you. And I think it also makes them wonder, okay, where is he most comfortable on the field? Is he a slot guy? Is he an outside guy? Where do you feel most comfortable?
Man, I'm comfortable anywhere, man. I've done a lot in my career. I started my career in Middle Tennessee State. I was predominantly outside.
Yeah.
Went to Virginia Tech, predominantly slot. So, I feel like I'm very versatile in that asset, and I can bring a lot to this team.
And it's funny, it's going to sound like I'm capping right now, but when I look at you, and even when you walk in, very similar to when Terry walks into the room. Very similar to when Debo walks into the room. I'm looking at you and I'm like, Cliff Kingsbury and company, they have a guy that they're looking for, man. Those are some dogs you get to line up with and you get to learn from, man. How exciting, how valuable is it being able to come into a room with established veterans like that?
Man, it's a huge blessing, like I talked about, just having guys that have been elite at the position and consistent with that, being, consistently elite. As a rookie coming in, I'm going to pick their brains as much as possible, watch them, learn from them, and, just to help elevate my game. So, I want to get to what they're doing one day, you know what I'm saying? So, and I got to be around the greats to, become one.
And Jaylin, you're going to be getting thrown to by somebody that's making himself a great very, very quickly. We've heard other analysts say Jaylin Lane is going to be the best we've ever seen because of the quarterback he gets to play. Jaden Daniels is possibly the best quarterback you've ever gotten to play with, man. How do you feel getting to be able to play with a guy like Jaden Daniels, the Rookie of the Year from last year, man? How great is that?
Man, it's exciting. Just watching what he did last year, watching what the team did last year, you can just feel the momentum and, the trajectory of this organization. And I'm just happy to be a part of it, man. I'm going to put my best foot forward and give it all I got. But, it's a blessing to be here.
And, man, honestly, I don't know if there's a better situation to be in when you have a head coach like Dan Quinn, but you also have an offensive coordinator in Cliff Kingsbury, who just finds ways to get the most out of their guys. Have you gotten a chance to talk to Cliff a little bit? And what are you expecting from yourself coming into your rookie year?
Yeah, we're coming off the field day one of rookie minicamp, and Coach Kingsbury pulls me aside and just talked to me about one of my routes, just, coaching me up. I love stuff like that. We talked about being like criticism, like great players value criticism. So, I was just, listening to the coaching points, I'm just soaking everything in. And, same with Coach DQ and, the rest of the staff too. But, I'm just excited. Like I said, excited to be here, man. I'm on, whatever role they want me in on offense, I'm going to take it and do my best with it.
And, Jaylin, we appreciate your time, man. Through this whole process, I know it's not easy. People are constantly critiquing you, talking about what kind of player you are, but I love these conversations because right now you get to tell Commanders fans what kind of player they're getting in Jaylin Lane. Let us know.
Hey, man, you getting the dog. What camera I'm on?
That right there,
you
brother.
Getting the dog. I'm going to be a guy who's a playmaker, explosive, and I'm going to put it on the line for my team.
Hey, man, nothing more needs to be said, man. Jaylin Lane, again, congratulations, brother, on making it this far. You deserve it, and we can't wait to see you grow, man. Just know, here in the Command Center studio, you always got a home, brother.
So appreciate you.
Commanders family, our new rookie. We raising hell with the rookies. Jaylin Lane out of Virginia Tech is our newest commander. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you.